Na Khñiang Kanun Myntri Sorkar MDA2 bala penlong kharkanai trek no pra arjopsan kawai na pedeng girai bokongsan bala shim kalong ban pentri kami remission mode bante la kami Khñiang jingpang HIV haba Pyntip sikilat plai khubor konrat ki sangma meri Rangbah ka jella luang bagani remission kan trikam na kamta Snem hagamang tengka ka balong arpsan Klur
to have a mission mode program for the next 5 years for targeting and for reducing this entire alarming growth of HIV and AIDS in our society. We realize that the way we have formulated the DREAM project, which is a mission mode in terms of drugs, we realize that with the alarming rates and the increase of HIV and AIDS in our state, we need to come up with a mission mode program. So it's a 5-year mission mode program that has been approved by the cabinet today, having a rough estimate and budget allocation of 25 crores, that is about 5 crores per year, will be given for this mission mode, where infrastructures, awareness campaigns and different activities will be conducted through this mission mode program. We have the growth rate is what was the aspect that we felt was quite alarming. Just mention to you that Meghalaya's HIV epidemic has intensified in recent years. The state's adult HIV prevalence is 0.43%, far exceeds the national average of 21.21%, with roughly 9,589 people living with HIV as of 2024. New infections remain high, approximately 982 cases annually. So that's the number.
Nalar kani ka kunhun ka shimru ikiwe girai ki bokongsan bokuntup ya kichimpun me ka building bylaws nalar kiwe pan
amendment again to the Meghalaya building bylaws, a very minor amendment. Basically we are allowing some kind of benefits to be given and also making it mandatory for certain larger buildings to be certified as green buildings. So therefore there is a mandate for that, and we are making it necessary for certain buildings of certain size to be certified as green buildings. So therefore buildings that come up in the future which are of a certain size and certain square meters, they will mandatorily have to take the certification for a green building. So that amendment was made today in the bylaws. So it is therefore proposed to amend the Meghalaya building bylaws to make green building certification mandatory for all projects covering a cumulative build-up area of 10,000 square meters. That's the criteria, or above.
Whether we have right now, whether we have green buildings already, some.
Yes, our new secretariat building that's coming is going to be a green building. So those certifications are there, but now we're making it mandatory for any building that's above 10,000 square meters. The appointment of the chairperson of the Meghalaya Human Rights Commission. As you're aware, there is a committee that is headed by the Chief Minister, and the Speaker, the Deputy Chief Minister and the Leader of Opposition are part of that committee. And that committee selects the chairperson and proposes it, and the cabinet and then ratifies it. So in that, the committee at that point in time, the meeting was held about a week or 10 days back, we have proposed the name of Justice Vaidyanathan, who is the former Chief Justice of the Shillong bench, the Shillong High Court, the Meghalaya High Court. There was an approval for the notification of the remission policy. This is as per the mandate of the Supreme Court, and all the states are working on that. Basically, their point is to make it simpler and to allow the superintendent of the jail to also suo motu, if he or she feels, to announce or to bring a person's whichever the convicts the punishment to be reduced or to be released. So those decisions are there. So there's a reform in that, and Supreme Court has recommended, and based on that we have taken the decision today to implement that particular mandate of the Supreme Court. To procure land in Greater Noida, Uttar Pradesh, keeping in mind for Meghalaya House, keeping in mind that the Jewar airport is coming up there and it will become a very important center, and therefore government felt the need that to expand and ensure that we have an infrastructure for our students and for our citizens who travel to the national capital and around NCR region, that it would be important to have a set up in that area. So we have decided that land which is purchased from the government, this is government to government, about 8,000 square meters of land at a rate of 32 crores, which again, as I said, is a government rate, and the land is being purchased from the government itself. So today that was approved by the cabinet. The cabinet has approved the state curriculum framework for foundational stage for the education, where syllabus of preschool for class 1 has been approved, and the different textbooks have been also introduced. And I just want to stress on this that the idea is that during those foundational stages, we are trying to focus on aspects of personality development, aspects of certain values to be instilled in our citizens and the young children, and we are focusing on culture and the history of the state, and we are also ensuring that it becomes mandatory for every child to learn both Khasi and Garo language. So we are introducing textbooks. I'll just show you the example of some of the textbooks like these. If you can see that both Garo and Khasi are there in this. So we want every child to learn both our languages, and so this is also being introduced. And we are also introducing and structuring the system and simplifying it so that it's easier for the children to grasp the basic aspects of the education which we'd like to have in them. And of course, some of the schools have already approved their framework, the syllabus for the next academic year. So this year we are not making it mandatory for them to take all the textbooks that we are proposing, but from next year onwards we will make it mandatory. But this year we're making it optional. So this has been approved by the cabinet, and we're rolling this out. The amendment of Rule 374 for the excise, where we are basically reducing the export fees of the ENA, which is going to be exported from the state. This is being done primarily to make sure that the production of the ENA that is done in our state is also competitive in the northeastern markets. So today our sales outside of Meghalaya is almost nil, because our rates are almost 5 times, 6 times higher than our neighboring state of Assam. So we have reduced the rates so that we are competitive and a bit below the Assam rates, so that we are able to sell our products outside in the northeast, and obviously that will ensure also that the revenue of the excise department goes up. The establishment of a cooperative society, which we are calling the Meghalaya Livelihood and Investment Financing Cooperative Society. The idea of establishing this new cooperative society is basically to act as a financial institution that will fund cooperative societies and also support them and support farmers to put up different processing units and to be able to have enough working capital so that payments can be made to farmers on time, and allow a very simplified financial system and financial support to cooperative societies and to farmers. And this will be primarily for the agriculture and food processing sector. So this has been approved with the objective that now we have laid the foundation. We are seeing that there is a huge growth and potential in the next 3 to 4 years, and the financial accessibility will be a very critical part of ensuring that the strategy of ours to promote value addition is successful. And with that in mind, this particular cooperative society is being established. A basic amendment in the service rules. Some nomenclatures had to be changed. Some posts which were sanctioned had to be added. So those were basic administrative formalities which needed to be completed. So the service rules of the Meghalaya Planning Service Rules were amended today. The National Games Secretariat Society, and this is being done obviously to manage the 39th National Games of Meghalaya. This is a procedure that is followed by almost all the states. It is done to ensure that there is an autonomous body that implements and works towards ensuring that the games are successfully conducted, and it's a kind of a wing of the sports department itself, where the chairperson is the sports minister himself, and the member secretaries are, and the other members are officials from the sports department and other departments in the government of Meghalaya.
Habatin, pej bahagi kishap, kashap plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataya kamet. Namar kata habatiru atau kau kamlu ka Khñiang kadut pej ya kashap plus F haka jingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka iron la Ïakhun diat bat ka batau bha kam kta ika dur jingki marbam ka jing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki balehi banai kita kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan ka kot ka kia ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki marbam medon ka sharp plus F menta kasni
Lawan Ra Shapi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.